You're listening to a Countout Podcast.
What it is, what's up, and welcome everyone to G1ndering Night 5. I am your host, Raffe Houston, your bad friend Raffe Houston from the Ichiban Sweetcast, and we are breaking down G1 Climax Night 5, and we're just running through it. We're not going to get bogged down in the tags, though I'm sure they were a good time. We're here for a good time, not for a long time, and we're just going to run through the heats and also update everyone on the standings of the Stiff 1 tipping competition that we have on the go. So, first up on Night 5, it was Callum Newman versus Shingo Takagi. And I gotta say, this was a bit of an upset, man. I wasn't really expecting it. It kind of makes sense, I guess, if you want to start to put some credibility on Newman's name. Shingo's a good head to take and it doesn't really affect him. But yeah, it was a great match. He hung with him the whole way. There was quite a few great false finishes. But in the end, yeah, Newman manages to get the pin. Left me shocked and also left me less 2 points that went over to Dave's team, the Token Wall Terrorizers. After that, it was Sonata versus Gabe Kidd. Gabe was clearly back in heel mode, or doing at least as best he could to make the crowd, stand behind Sonata and not him, but kind of hard to do. Everybody loves him anyway, no matter what he does. He was making reference to Sonata's busted up bicep. It was a torn bicep that was actually done in an interaction with Gabe, like earlier in the year, I think it was, or maybe it was last year, I don't remember, but he flipped into him and busted up his bicep, and so yeah, he was basically essentially saying he was weak and stuff. I didn't mind this one too much. Gabe brings a lot of intensity, which kind of makes up for the lack of sort of Sonata intensity, but he's trying. I really enjoyed Hanare's commentary here, because not only did he have a few interactions with Gabe, at the start, because they are great rivals and they're both open weight champions, but, strong open weight champion and never open weight champion. But also, he kind of had a bit of a sort of yell back and forward with Gabe, which essentially he said is like, look, just want to give Sonata a few extra seconds there, and then Sonata manages to pick up the win, and he was like, paid off. And I thought that was really fun. I mean, he took a little bit of the credit for the win, but I feel like it played into the story and it definitely worked. So even though Gabe lost, which I don't love to see, I hate to see Sonata win, it played out just fine. After that was Shota Umino defeating the Great Okan. Again, more great work by commentary, kind of really highlighting how dangerous Great Okan was. I thought both guys were really good here. Okana's obviously been defeated. He's obviously on a losing run, but he is looking really good in defeat. And I feel like he brought out some rage here out of Shota that was really good. I enjoyed getting the 2 points from Shota's win. But where I was like, oh, maybe we're going to see something from Shota, I think it's very clear that we're going to probably see a Shota Umino heel turn before it's too long. Like, commentary is really laying it on now. Like, and even Hanare's like, who's this guy? He's just at the hotel. He just walks in for the match, and then, the crowd isn't behind him. They were really highlighting that and stuff. So, he's been handed everything, but he can't get the job done. So, I feel like they're really painting that picture now. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see something from Shota here. Keep an eye on him. Could even win the G1, but through dastardly tactics. So we'll see. After that was Zack Sabre Jr. versus Jake Lee. This actually was quite a good match. I was pretty outspoken about Jake Lee not really being into him. I'm definitely still not, but him and Zack were really good here. I think was pretty clear. I think they were really, really good together. Some great fire out of Zack. And look at me, podcasting and reversing a van at the exact same time, just when you thought I couldn't be any more amazing. And another win for Zack. Love that I drafted him twice. Hope you can hear me over the beeping. Love that I drafted him in the first round, and really enjoying seeing this undefeated streak from him. Everyone's saying this means he can't win the G1, but does it? Does it mean he can't win the G1? Or maybe he just blazes through it? Either way, really enjoyed the win by him and also enjoyed the 2 points. Last of all was Evil defeating Naito in the main event. Look, a lot of this was, all the same stuff that you have seen from Naito and Evil, but I did really enjoy the fire from both guys. I enjoyed Bushi's save, at the end. I like that, Togo goes to throw the powder, and Naito ducks, gets Evil. Then fucking Togo tries to fucking Katabari tries to spit the shit, and then he fucking misses him, and he gets Togo, and then fucking Bushi missed whatever. I liked all that gaga. And I like that even after Naito hit the Destino, probably one of the cleanest he's hit of the tournament, it wasn't enough to put out Evil, and Evil managed to put him away with his finisher. So another 2 points for Curtis. Evil's still going really strong there, and Naito sitting down, but that's an own goal for Curtis. Running through the standings real quick, I'm loving how it's feeling. The West Coast captains, myself, are on 22. Curtis's British Beefcakes are on 18. Josh's Gold Coast Hot Takes are on 16. And Dave's Token Wall Terrorizers are on 14. I hope I have that correct. If so, that means my points are doing very, very well. Make sure you check out everything to do with the Stiff One over at We Work Stiff. They're doing great work there, and we're going to have a crossover mid kind of point episode coming up with them soon. Check out everything from the Count Out Podcast Network at Count Out Network. You can also check out the Patreon, where you can pay money to cool podcasters doing cool podcasting things like us. Curtis and I do an extra show called the Sweet Spot, where we just talk about our lives and different things and books and stuff that we're reading, all that kind of fun stuff. So that's really good. You can check out at Throwing Dice Pod for all Curtis's wargaming stuff like Marvel Crisis Protocol, D&D, Warhammer. They talk fun stuff over there. And then you can check out everything to do with me at Faces Feels Cast with my interview series over there. I also do a second show on that same feed called Anything Goes, where me and my boy Alex from Vinyls and Violence talk shit about wrestling. We review AEW, GCW, and the most recent show was just about wrestling themes that we like, our favourite from different promotions, and what theme we would have if we were wrestling, which is very nerdy, but it was very fun. Anything Goes impromptu conversation. So thanks for tuning in. Super fast update for you on night 5. Rate and subscribe, listen or die, spirit of fight, style is strong, sweet, cast, Ichiban.
This has been a Count Out Podcast.
Do you have interest in Joshi, specifically Stardom, and you've asked yourself, where do I start? How do I learn? Well, good news for you. The Count Out Podcast Network has a podcast dedicated to the history of World Wonder Ring Stardom that can help you learn, watch, and enjoy. This is the Stardom Road Podcast, hosted by Trent Brewer and myself, Scott Evans. Every other week, we dive into the history of wrestling's biggest women's promotion today. We have you covered.
Stardom Road is the perfect podcast for new fans looking to learn all about the deep history of the wrestlers, events, and championships they're seeing for the very first time, or for those who have been there from the very beginning, simply looking to remember the good old days. So join us for multi-episode deep dives into the history of key figureheads like Arisa Hoshiki, and smaller discussions on key role players like Chris Wolf. Find out about the lineage of championships like the High Speed Belt, or how the various tournaments have changed over the years. And of course, spend time with us discussing important topics like how to costume change Battle Royals with the very peak of the company.
You can check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere you get your podcasts. Join us on the Stardom Road.